Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. The Daily Compliance News for June 6, 2022, the D-Day edition. Today, we honor the men and women of D-Day, the Allies' invasion of Western Europe, which led to the downfall of Adolf Hitler and, of course, the establishment of democracy in the West. I'd like you to take a minute to think about the sacrifice of those men and women from the greatest generation. Their numbers are dwindling, but I thought today would be a great time to consider what they gave for us and meant to us. Our first story comes to us from the New York Times, and it's an article about the Wild West of thefts in the NFT marketplace, fraud, and lawsuit. OpenSea, one of the highest profile crypto startups, is facing a backlash over stolen and plagiarized non-fungible tokens, or NFTs. The OpenSea system facilitates a lot of, unfortunately, illegal activity, and there have been many crypto enthusiasts who have lost quite a bit using this system. Next up, Stellantis, a car maker formerly known as Fiat Chrysler, has agreed to pay $300 million to end an admission fraud case in its attempts to evade diesel emission standards. Obviously a very troubling case, and the investigation and claims centered on Fiat Chrysler trying to evade U.S. emissions for some of its pickups and Jeeps. The claim was brought through the False Claims Act, and claiming that, and Stellantis now agreeing that it had evaded regulators and misled customers for years. So another car company caught in admission standards enforcement action, obviously very troubling, and let's hope that they finally get things together. From the Wall Street Journal, Risk and Compliance Journal, Mingy's Sun reporting, Bermuda, long known for its offshore insurance and reinsurance industry, is betting that transparency around digital asset regulation can help and attract more cryptocurrency firms. Despite the recent turmoil in the market, the island has doubled down, even with the industry turn down, and the Jamaica Ministry of Labor and Economy says that they will be moving forward. Bitcoin, the largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization, has fallen more than 50%. Our final story comes to us in the form of an op-ed piece from the Washington Post from Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein, who, in a new foreword to the 50th anniversary of their book, All the President's Men, recognize that the Trump administration is the most corrupt in the United States history, even more than Nixon, which they didn't believe possible. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.